Just couldn't stay away. Just couldn't help myself, you know? I had thought by episode 6, surely we would have reached maximum Jorrun, the peak Jorrun, the breaking point. But no, people wanted more. There are moments still that we haven't talked about in previous episodes.
Do they though, really?
Do they? Of course not. They're
really
getting it
more?
either way, but you know, it's my channel. And because it's my channel, I can control what I make and who I invite on. And today, you can tell that we're really getting to the bottom of the barrel of, available TCAP that haven't talked about Jorrun yet. Actually, two very interesting people who have very different but interesting still experiences with Jorrun. In one case, you have the lovely Dani G, who's here with us today.
Hello.
I am not going to sing you a song. I don't know if you were hoping for that, but well, I'm definitely gonna go Dani. You know, I'm gonna do it later. I'll sing it later. But you had a closer-ish relationship with Mr. Comedy while he was still in everyone's good graces, and you were just being your charming, friendly self and did a stream or two with the gentleman. So I'm really excited to hear about some behind-the-scenes stuff, personal experiences you had, anecdotes or anything that's we haven't talked about yet. Plus, I just want to hear in general what some of your favorite moments are, because you made my list of like top 15 Jorrun moments. Just whatever it was he thought he had with you, and the things that he did for you and with you were so strange. But
I wouldn't say he did anything for me.
he wrote that beautiful song for you
that I cannot I can't get away from it every time I show up somewhere. So it's Dani, and it doesn't matter who or where, someone will say.
And on the other hand, somebody who has entirely embodied and method acted his way into playing Jorrun via the Kelp Pill chat logs, the new voice of Jorrun 2.0. I'm sure you probably don't like that title, but the wonderful Joey's TCAP channel is also here.
Yeah, sometimes I feel that I'm Jorrun trapped in a man's body.
I like that one.
And you can periodically let it out through your yahas.
Exactly.
Say, Joey, do you like saying yaha?
Oh, I'm working on the laugh. I haven't got it down yet, though.
The big old cartoony laugh is
or the big sigh laugh. There you go. Yeah.
You guys want to check out my channel, an upcoming stream about how to be an alpha male. I've heard cats in heat that don't make sounds like that, you know? It's like a bird.
He does kind of sound like a seagull.
Well, there's no way we're gonna be able to, in any one stream or even any one series of streams, capture every moment that made Jorrun so great and so memorable. But we are gonna go over about 15 of them. Real quick, the Large Father Tron is here. Hello. I've been listening to a lot of your stuff lately. Same with you, Callie, Slime Bucket, Witch Lady. Both former alumni of the Jorrun Top 15. Gay Mangoes, hello. Kelp Pill, Honest, Noxious Butt Spray, Adonde, Cyber Squeak. Wow, the whole gang's here. Dr. Cassandra Elizabeth Vaughn. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome. Are you guys anxious to hear what's on the list? I don't know how many exactly, you guys prepared, but what, if any, are some honorable mentions that didn't quite crack the top 15? Is there anything that, like, you were on the edge about including?
From the roast, the little smirk and the he does after, like, making fun of Chef's arms, his arm hair.
Yeah.
It's very specific, but it gets me, like, really riled up, but it's not quite, like, top 15 for me.
He goes like, play it cool, Jorrun.
Like,
you just laid out the funniest joke of the whole thing. You play it cool. Pause for laughter.
like, it was such a hot burn. I did, like, he thought it was so good. Like, I don't get it. Like, the whole joke is he is just arms. Like, you could have done something with that, but the arm hair, I don't get it.
You could have made a joke about, like, I don't know, like fisting or something. I don't know. Spit on here. Fingering. I got a request from a, looks to be an Italian gentleman in the chat, Shins Koala. Wants to know if Joey can sing the Dani G song. I don't know if he's expecting to hear that now or wants to wait for the studio release version, the extended deluxe.
Dani G, I saw 1/3 of her face. Aren't you jealous of me?
Here's her home address.
I'm standing on the tree outside her window right now.
He goes,
wearing a brown shirt.
I've been putting this off way too long. Dani G is one of my best friends. I'm going to write her a song like I planned on. Okay, here we go. Dani G. Okay, what about Dani G? She taught me how to stream. Okay, and then I'll just wing it from there. We're good. That's it.
Just dip out every
Yep.
personal bit of info you know about me. That'll be great.
Just sprinkle
Send
it
it to
in there.
Brit.
Yeah. It's a comedy song. It doesn't have to rhyme.
You can even talk in comedy songs. They expect you. You just talk along with the song.
Is it weird that, like, we do kind of laugh at him now, which is what he wanted? Does that make any sense?
He wanted us to laugh with him, stupid.
No, I know that, but is it weird? Like, he says something, like, if somebody was hearing it for the first time and they heard me laugh at it, they'd be like, I don't get it. Like, that wasn't funny at all. I go, I know, that's why it's so funny. That's what makes it so great. Why does he say he's going to be real? Why does he say he's going to be real?
Didn't make my top 15.
Oh,
But the way he chopped meat in cricket snapper, I think, is real good.
Oh, that's a good one.
He didn't, though. He tried to chop the meat.
Yes, the way he tries to chop the meat.
He acted it like he mimed it almost. Like, no, like, you can actually do it. Maybe the budget was so thin that they're like, no, don't fuck up that meat. That's actually lunch for everybody on the set today, so don't.
How are they going to know that I'm really chopping the meat? I don't know, Jorrun, why don't you wipe blood on your shirt? That's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. I love to just chop meat in my kitchen while I have guests over and they're talking to me and grab me from behind, and yeah. I'm a tough guy.
It's an erotic experience.
See my bandana? Why does he why does he say, like, twice, green screen, you know, getting a green screen? Oh, be real fucking powerful then, won't I? Oh. What? That's like some supervillain talk. Like, why would you say that about a green screen? Be real fucking powerful then. It's the like Thanos and the Infinity Stones. It's like, I just need that, a graphics card, a webcam, and I'll have the Infinity stream, the Infinity desk that I'll move every time Dani talks.
Standing desk.
Yeah. All right, let's crack the top of the list. Ladies first, Dani. What is a good old Jorrun moment on your list?
it's gone. Deleted. It's like that, just like that whole thing, but like that part specifically. I feel like people they go to the well, but how? That's impossible. Like the thing you do, and they go to that, but it's gone. Delete. That's my favorite part.
It's the delivery and the context of knowing that he's lying too, you know?
Exactly.
I'm just fucking with my stream as I'm streaming. That's okay. I'm not making enough noise though, that's the problem. Oh, sorry, did you hear that? Oh, I must not have muted my mic, sorry. No, yeah, but I love that he tries to lie to Wes, which after what, how many hours of Wes trying to help him and genuinely hear him out, he lies, he does it so badly, and doubles down on it like 3 times. Like he had multiple opportunities just to come forward and say the truth, but he could. Oh, that's impossible! Ah! Yeah. only to what? The next. Oh yeah, I ran from it like a fucking coward. Feel bad for me. I'm a bad boy.
Please don't say that.
All right, how about you, Joey Jeremiah?
He did a stream with, I think Andrew Burkett did a stream. And Clobbering Time was on it, and Shins was on it, and Tiffany was on it, and I think a couple other people whose names are escaping me were on it. And Jorrun was kind of starstruck and was quiet and timid for most of it. But he did come up with a couple of gems, and there's a little break in the conversation. And Jorrun's like, everybody, you know, in a very alpha way, everybody, have you guys heard that Roy is the mayor of Cornville? And then you hear somebody snicker. It might have been Shins, and then I know Tiffany started to snicker. And they were like, oh, Jorrun, yeah, okay.
Like that, like he was at a work meeting and they're like, Jorrun, did you do the research? Did you have the reports ready? And like, do you know what you're doing? Oh shit, like, oh fuck, I totally forgot to prepare. Shit. Okay, just think of something. Just say something. Or did he say it like?
Well, it was like a revelation. I mean, the whole thing.
Oh, hold on, incoming, baby.
Not me. Fuck that.
Oh.
Dani, stop playing with your slinky. You whippersnappers and your tech.
Dani and your slinky. I heard that today for the first time. I've probably heard it before, but when you guys are streaming together and he's like, "Do you have a slinky with you?" Even though all the sound is coming from him, all the background sound, he's like, "It sounds like you've got a slinky there." I think you said like, "Who's Slinky?" You thought it was the name of a person. or like he didn't know the name of one of your cats. He was like, is that Slinky the cat? Wait, there was something. Oh, Crime Watch Bailey's here. It says, hey, there he is. That's that'll make me laugh every time. But that I've only heard legends about that stream. You know, I unfortunately didn't get to catch it. But that's
still
fantastic. Up. That whole stream?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like it must be buried on Andy's channel.
It's somewhere on Andy's channel. I mean, you got to go hunt for it, but it's there. Yeah.
Oh. That's
Good.
That's some good shit. Why has nobody ever played and listened to that? Is it just because they want to be respectful of everybody else in the chat?
Well, he doesn't talk very much. He has some good, some good bits, but it's few and far between.
How did he get there?
How did he get on the stream? I'm sure he begged somebody. I don't know. Klaba, please get me on Andy's stream.
Thank you, Kelp.
And I'll make you a star.
Yeah. Save me the time. That'd be great. Huh. A little hidden gem I'll have to check out. Thank you for the donation, by the way.
Yeah, he was so alpha the way he asked for permission to speak.
What is the most alpha thing Jorrun has ever done?
Um. The 2 times he attempted to tell me, "Do not interrupt me," on this stream. Before we did like the Christian stream. He did it.
Oh,
after we
incoming,
got through
baby.
with the
Hold on.
dry
And
run.
I want to hear more
Oh.
about this, but hang on one second.
Man, Heisenberg, it must be tough to be the 4th hottest person on your own stream.
Oh, why? Why do you have to remind me of that? I get it. I'm not hot. The 4th hottest person on my own stream? Oh. Oh, no. What's that?
Well, that's fucked up. One of the people don't even have a face.
I'm sorry. I'll give you a non-sexual hug.
Yeah, that makes me feel a little better. Dani, we cut you a thank you, Lord Fathertron. Appreciate it. You were saying was it in a voice chat or a text? Chat?
It was voice chat. And it was twice, because we had done he wanted to do a whole dry run of the Christian stream, just go over like the talking points and shit. Which, by the way, was pretty much just
Did he really do that? Used to do that? Dry run a live stream?
Yeah, because he wanted to go over the talking points, and he wanted to like have an itinerary for like everything we were going to talk about. Part of that was me like wanting the list of things we were going to talk about, just so I could have some modicum of control over this, because it was my idea. But he wanted to do like all of it. And I was like, I think we really just need to go over the talking points, and he wanted everything. So we wound up pretty much having like a 2.5 hour phone discussion. And at the end of it, because I guess I interrupted him a lot, he just said, okay, so when we do the live stream tomorrow, don't interrupt me like you were doing today. And I was like, okay.
Why
and
am
then
I even there
he called
then?
me he called me about like 20 minutes, half an hour before we were supposed to start the show. And then like 5 minutes before you go live, he's like, and don't interrupt me like you did yesterday. And I'm like, okay, that's not gonna happen.
Oh my god.
And then I just proceeded to steamroll him the entire time. But that was the only time, other than maybe some of the bullshit he said to me during the Professor Lorne thing, like that he ever had like a firm tone at me. Can't tell me what to do.
What do you
I'm
make
dad.
of, this is a question for both of you, what do you make of his 3 obsessions, as he admits to? There are more obsessions, but he admits to 3. Do you remember what they are?
Genies, nachos, and clobbering time.
The demise of clobbering time? the long drawn out
That was on
plan
my
to
list.
dethrone clobbering time? No, I'm referring to The Room movie group on Facebook, Lornography, and Chris Chan. What do you make of him finding humor in those 3 people? Tommy Wiseau, Lauren Armstrong, Chris Chan, Christine
I think
Chan.
it's great because now he's the 4th, and they can make a Mount Rushmore with all 4 of them up there.
He's like a little bit of each of them.
A little bit, yeah.
Like if you were
Well, the funny thing is, just like
DNA
Lauren, he
together.
doesn't know anything about anything at all. So
How do you direct a live
he doesn't-
stream? Why is it a live stream then? Why not just record it and upload it after so you don't have to talk over each other? Or if you do, say, oh, that was a good point, but let me start over so you can come in and you don't have to interrupt. Oh, because he doesn't know how to edit. You only taught him how to stream. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You never taught him how to edit, and boy, it shows.
I don't know how to edit.
Dani, I'm willing to bet $1,000 you know more about editing than he does.
All I know is there's a program and that's it, and you do the stuff as it tells you how to do it. That's all I know.
I used to, the very first time I ever took an improv class was in, no, it wasn't improv, but it was like a theater acting, and there was an improv section of it in high school. And I, at the time, was already following like one of the local improv groups, and I went to a lot of their shows, and I saw how they worked, I saw what they did, and I loved it, and I loved the craft, and they were so good at it. So I kind of already knew like what it takes, what works, what doesn't. But like all the other guys in the class had just watched Whose Line Is It Anyway? And anytime we would do an improv skit, they would just directly quote the show, Whose Line Is It Anyway? They're like, that was funny when they did it. I'm sure it'll be funny in this scenario too. Like verbatim, and thinking like you think I wouldn't know what you're doing here. Have an original thought, I think that's a Michael Scott quote. But yeah, I feel like Jorrun is the type of guy to have pre-prepared improv material, kind of like that was demonstrated in that Portuguese festival or whatever the fuck.
Oh my god!
In an improv,
That was
in an improv game where I've said it before, here it is again. I'm so frustrated at the blown opportunity where he's not on stage yet. He doesn't need to be on stage. The game that they're playing requires just the amount of people that are already there, but he could make a comedic entrance that's right. He could make a comedic entrance as the villain to the superhero. Now, if you're following the scene, the superhero is obsessed with hair and his big long hair. What would the super villain equivalent of that superhero be? A bald guy.
bald.
Yeah. Cue ball, the horrible, No, he comes out
he's
wearing
too vain for that.
He comes out wearing a suit and goes, "I am a character that I have already planned and had written jokes for." And it makes no sense that I'm here. And nobody knew what to do with it. They're just like, "Who are you? What are you doing here? What are you looking at?" Port that's been in my head all day. Port OG. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. Must be a Portuguese thing. I don't know. But all right, what do you guys have next on your list?
The stream he did with Kennedy was the first stream I saw him ever do. And my favorite part of that stream, one of my favorite parts at least, is when Kennedy keeps calling him Jorrun. And you can tell it's pissing him off. And he finally goes, "Ha ha ha ha. Pronounce my name again, precious." And she says, Jorrun. And he says, "I love the way you say my name. But it's Jorrun."
I've heard people pronounce Jorrun a couple of different ways. Jorrun, I've even heard. Mike Pence says Jorrun.
I think that one's my favorite one.
Well, he's the founder of Geography.
Yeah, he should know, I guess. But that's like the old English translation of the PP dump. That's the BC and AD timeline. We have, 48 years of
BPP and APB.
Yes.
Yeah.
And wow. What a July, huh? And then a year later, a celebration of that whole month of July. But that Kennedy stream, how do you feel about the amount of donations he got? Do you think it's like funny because they were like half trolling him half the time?
I thought that was hilarious. Art, really like masterful. They came in at just the right time.
That's like a wholesome bullying thing to do. Like if you're gonna insult somebody, come in with your burn book and all your sick rhymes and lyrics about how people suck.
Heisenberg is way hotter.
Like Kelpill is here. Hang on, incoming.
Not me. Fuck that.
Sexual hoo. Wait. Non-sexual hugs to everyone, except for Joey.
Oh, okay. All right, I assume that's everybody in the chat. Everybody's getting a non-sexual hug from Kelpill except Joey.
Aww.
I think that was either meant to imply that you are getting a sexual hug, or you're just not getting any hug.
No.
I don't know. And yeah, you just no hug. Sorry.
What's a sexual hug? What does that entail?
It's every other hug that you've ever done, because unless you specify that it's a non-sexual hug, you have to assume it's sexual. This is a sexual stream because I didn't say that it wasn't. It's a non-sexual. This is the chat. The live chat right now is a sexual live chat.
Well, this stream is just too damn sexual.
This is getting hot. How come? I hope it is. He read that line like 3 times before he realized it was a quote.
That was one of his my favorite quotes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but it took him a while. I think the first 1 or 2 times he read it before he recognized the pattern and was like, wait, they're probably saying that for a reason. I think he was genuinely like, wow, it's working. My plan is working. They're actually getting horny for me. I came to this live stream with no content planned, and they are just eating it up. But about the Kennedy stream, let's first off shout out Kennedy. She had some like genuinely funny moments in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, dude, he was pumped. That was like probably like the happiest day in his TCAP tenure. You know, making almost or around $80. That's like almost a full day's work for him. And then he's like, yes, I will continue to invest my money in these turbulent times where my job is at risk. You know, we're in the midst of a pandemic. I'm going to continue to invest in streaming. And by the end of July, I'll be the most subscribed to YouTube channel on the planet. And that didn't work out. Oh, well. Dani,
I don't know what his plan was for that.
Dani, what's next on your list?
His immense distaste for clobbering time disguised behind admiration for him. And that goes for like most men in the community, though. Mm-hmm. Like he could say, "Oh, well, I admire so and so," but then he's just got like an immense distaste for him. And there's kind of like a 2-parter to this one because there's like an exception for 2 people. Because he just has like the hugest boner for baked salmon and Wes.
And maybe
and he's always
Danknet
nice,
or something.
Always cordial. Well, he's never interacted with Danknet.
Right.
But just about everybody else he's interacted with, save for those 2, he'll say, "Oh, I admire them, da-da-da-da-da, I respect them," but he just does not actually.
Dani, I gotta admit, let me know what you think of this. I think he's disrespectful across the board to men and women, but in different ways.
Very different ways.
He resents men. He has the Chris Chan mentality of every good-looking guy is a threat to me. Every single guy out there is gonna steal one girlfriend out of the equation. That leaves less for me. So, and he's jealous of success. Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about me. But and he's jealous of success with women, though. I believe, you know, they were props to him. They were groupies, you know, as he likes to say. But where it's the most obvious that he has very little respect for women is in the stream he did with you. In one of the every stream he did with you. I find it hard to listen back to sometimes because I can tell just how phoning it in he is whenever you're talking. And he's just going, "Oh, wow. Oh, no kidding." You know, like you know that the whole time he's scanning the chat, like, and you know, making sure he's got enough jokes prepared just in case. But you're comfortable enough. You're opening up. You're engaging with the audience at the right time. You're not getting distracted by that. You're not watching the view count. The number goes up. The number goes down. You know, you're there doing regular live stream shit, and he's like, yeah, what? And he'll do a little whistle, maybe.
Yeah, that was some shit. Cause either he was like blatantly ignoring me, or he was talking down to me like I'm a child. But then he's going and telling people, "Oh, I have this little 25-year-old groupie." Like, get over yourself. I said that once as a joke when he was doing the serenading thing, and then he took it serious, did not let the joke go. Like, the joke wasn't funny the first time when I said it. Like, it wasn't funny. And then he just carried it on and on. And, I have a 25-year-old groupie. Oh, it's fucking
find it
weird.
hard to
He
Like,
made that
shut
extra
up.
creepy, Dani, when he said, the age difference between you and me, Dani, is the exact same age difference between Lon when he talked to his precious princess Kayla.
Just thought
So
everyone would
funny.
like to know that. You had the absolute funniest fucking response to that when you go, so you're like, what? You, with the disgust in your voice, you're like, oh, so you're like 50?
That one's on my list, actually, because that's one of my favorites.
And he goes, I'm 48, and then you crack a little joke to ease the tension, and he does like an old man voice, and you could tell, and he's like ready to move on from that. He's like, okay, well, not talking about that again. The point
can't
of
stand
bringing
that
it up
I'm
was to
funnier than him.
mention what he's doing with a much younger person, not what this young, beloved, established TCAPper is doing with this much older man. And
Exactly.
unfortunately that was pointed out so brilliantly by you. All right, Joey, since we're taking turns, go ahead.
Oh, shortly after Jorrun got exposed, he called the head of his old comedy troupe Funny Please and had to explain himself to this gentleman.
Are
And
you
he had
referring
such a
to the
great
call that has been uploaded
Yes.
and he's berated like the whole time?
Yes.
Jorrun,
Oh, it's
Jorrun didn't
beautiful.
call him. I thought the other guy called Jorrun.
The other guy called, you're right, the other
Yeah.
guy called Jorrun, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
he
the other
says,
guy, why did he have the foresight to record that conversation? Just
I don't know, but I'm glad he did. And he has this voice, he sounds like Dustin Hoffman. He sounds like Dustin Hoffman, like in the middle of a rage.
dude, if he's
like-
acting in that, and I don't think he is, I think he's being as genuine and serious, as a fucking heart
Yeah.
attack. Like I think he's really expressing his confusion and frustration.
Right. And he says to him, Stefan, let me see if I have this right.
Yeah.
And Jordan's like, ah.
Yeah. There's a point where he goes from.
So there's this community that's based about exposing and mocking sexual predators. And you, Stefan, infiltrated that community just to sexually harass young women.
Am I
Do
getting
I
that
have
right?
that right?
Yeah. Does that sound correct?
And he's like, pretty much. Stefan, you shit.
I think it's
You
necessary
piece of shit.
that happened. I think he might have genuinely thought for a second that, like, yo, if they unearth even worse, weirder shit on this Jorrun guy, I want it to be on the record that I do not support him, had no idea that this was happening, and that I have severed all ties with him. Because if most of this stuff, if we unearthed anything worse, we would begin to wonder, like, were the people in his life aware of this behavior at all? I don't think we would, like, jump to any conclusions, but we would have to at least ask the question. So I'm glad he recorded it, and I'm glad he was sincere about it. And it's not like he
Funny
ever...
Please is dead, Stefan. It's dead, and you've killed it.
If it's a-
You, of all people, have killed it. But I'm not even worried about that. I'm not even worried. I'm more worried. I was worried about how I would affect you. That's what I was worried about.
I thought all this time, that I was the risk. That's the pleas of a genuine, like, somebody who's
I wanna
definitely
reenact that call with
struggled.
you, Heisenberg.
Somebody who has definitely struggled in their life, maybe gotten in trouble here or there, like you said, fucking up is when you have one too many drinks and you start hitting on a girl, or you go out driving when you really shouldn't. That's like a little one-time fuck up. And he goes, there's years of this shit, and it's all out there now. You're fucked, buddy. and I'm fucked for having known you in the first place.
It's so good.
Oh yeah.
It's
That call is so
genuinely
good.
heartbreaking a little bit.
It should be like made into like a short film and win an Oscar.
I do both. Yeah, if somebody wants to, if anybody's auditioning for anything and they want to perform a monologue,
Yes.
we'll transcribe that.
Ah,
We'll go
so
through
good.
like acting exercises too, and we'll try to be like capture the emotion of the moment. It's not to be made fun, like it's silly, like when he says stuff like "funny please" is dead, but that was to them probably their one like creative outlet that they got to have fun and do together, and were nice enough pretty much to let Jorrun have creative control every now and then. And I don't know what I would do if I found a really, that's like if you know, my passion for making TCAP content and Jorrun content, like if somebody fucked up in the community so bad in a really close inner circle way to me, and it just ruined my channel, my reputation, everything I'd worked for, I would be furious. I wouldn't know, you know, and I would definitely call them up and rip them apart too. But I want to talk to that guy. I genuinely want to, like, in the most respectful way, like, hear his story. And I'm sure he's probably had some time to process it now and maybe can laugh a little bit more at it. But or if not, if it's still like a huge deal to him, I want to hear about why that is. So hey, there he is, guy. If you're out there, you know, hit me up. I've done interviews with I got all kinds of interviews.
oh my god, dude.
But oh my goodness, who the hell came in here with all this cat hair? Jesus.
Could it be Harriet?
No, it couldn't be.
I think it's just your hair.
So that call, if you haven't heard it, go check it out. It is sad, but a little bit funny. Dani, what do you got next? Wait, before you move on, Kelpill just had an interesting comment. Jorrun loves being put in his place. Strange, isn't it? How he will sit there and just take it all and listen to it and not just hang up. Well, I think he did that once with Wes, and he tried to play like, oh, we must have got disconnected, you know. No, he will sit there and he'll go over and over again. Like, okay, once they get their frustration out, then we can go back to being normal. I just got to say I'm sorry, and then we get to move on. But that never happened. So yeah, Kelpill, interesting observation. He seems to like doesn't seem to like, but he seems to tolerate being berated pretty often. Mr. Alpha over here. All right, Dani.
The absolute audacity he had to say, "Am I clear to kill?" Like he was fucking in charge. Like, no, shut up, please. He's such a cringe human being.
Especially accentuated and punctuated, you know, perfectly by Joey's delivery. I think
Absolutely.
if I had read that, I would have been shocked. But the way that Joey reads it and says it's so spot on, like you know that's what he was mean. Like he says to you, he says, "Don't interrupt this time again," like yesterday. Don't interrupt. Where the fuck do you get off? Somebody taking the time to help build your fucking channel, and you want to go off and say, "Am I clear?" Fuck off. Also, Gorilla Spawn, welcome. Thank you for rating. Yes, 5 stars, thumbs up. Flag for nudity. I don't care.
Any bit of interaction for Heisenberg here.
Wes, that's a trolling. Is that a like when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie? That's a troll.
That's a trolling.
When Jorrun hits your eye, and his laughs sound like he's crying. I don't know. That's Jorrun. And his comedy makes you want to die. That's a Jorrun. flag for Breets. Just doesn't that just go back to our his respect for women is so surface level and like for show. It's empty platitudes and kind words sprinkled in through as much pushing of a sexual boundary as you can get away with, or just using to further his YouTube network and make more content. I'm surprised he didn't do more. Well, not everybody would be as nice and willing to work with him, but it's very obvious that even though he thought in his head that he would be a fine solo streamer, all of his streams that he does with other people are like way better.
Yeah, and their backs are broken from the amount of weight they had to fucking carry to get those streams done.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because when Jorrun goes live, he goes in with no content planned. And, okay, folks, you have to chime in. I can't do this. He cracked. He did that like 20 minutes into that live stream. You go, fuck. I'm out of...
So fast.
It's that quote from The Simpsons. We tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. That's Jorrun doing a live stream. And then he goes, do you guys want to hear stories? I could tell you stories. Nobody wants to hear the stories. I never told any stories. Yeah. He never made that Chris Chan Lorne Theater of the Mind video that you voted to make him make. Where's the follow through?
I know.
What a dick. Any comments, Joey, when you read that line to Kelpill at the climax of that saga?
What doubts could there be? It's, am I clear? Jorrun doesn't put up with bullshit.
What if he was like asking, like, am I clear? Like, am I clear?
He was putting his big boy foot down for that one.
Am I
with the cuffed jeans and everything?
Cuffed jeans. Get out. I just love how he looks like a toddler in everything he wears.
Nothing fits.
It's always oversized.
Yeah.
He buys it at the thrift store, $10. Like, you can't pass it up. Get a whole wardrobe at the Goodwill for 50 cents.
You should. Pants shouldn't even be able to be cuffed to the severity that. That's the only word I can describe.
He cuffs half the leg.
Yeah. I don't. It's
like
like
damn, just
it's
for
like
shorts.
wearing shorts so low on your waist that they look like pants, and your ass is just hanging out. It's like the opposite of that. It's wearing pants that are so long, but you curl them up so that they, you're not tripping.
In 5
all
years,
over
we're all going to be dressed in that way, and you'll realize the genius of this fashion.
Fashion. Speaking of fashion, look at him with that bandana, do-rag, whatever you want to call it. The yin-yang one, the infamous, as seen in Cricket Snapper. Joey, is there anything on your list about Cricket Snapper?
Well, my list. I told you I had that. The meat chopping was almost there.
That's right. Yeah, but I mean, that's only his second best scene in the movie.
Oh well, the suicide scene is amazing. Little smile.
That's a masterpiece.
Absolutely.
When I remember walking into the Juilliard School of Acting, and Sir Ian McKellen was giving a lecture on Shakespearean acting tips, and he goes, "Now, when you're playing a suicidal character, what you're gonna want to do is grab your bandana and put it on, and climb into the chub. Now, if you've ever pushed a fart a little too much that a little poop came out, that face that you make when you do that, that's the face you're going to want to start with. And then when the time comes to pull the trigger, you got to have a big smile on your face and then make a big bloody mess. That's the only way they'll take you seriously. That's all the acting advice I have to give you. And he did it. And it was.
He did.
I believe he was nominated for some awards for that.
Absolute madman.
The Darwin Award, maybe. I don't know. But what else is on your list, Joseph Jorsamaya?
I love when he and Wes had like American Pie style, bet on who would tag the most ladies over the summer. When we get back to school senior year, we're gonna see women's, and which is immature for like a couple 17-year-olds. Jordan's, 40, 48 or 49, whatever he was, and he's like, "Yeah, Wes, that's a good idea." And then he immediately joins Twitter just to get the breeds.
The Twitter breeds.
So
the Twitter breeds, and of course,
breeds.
breeds come in immediately after he joins Twitter. Like they were just there waiting.
Did he consider mac and cheese like number one on that list?
Well, he won the contest because I don't think Wes got any bitches tagged.
Well, here's the thing, though.
If
it's to get women, the ultimate reveal though was that it wasn't a woman at all. It was that was the gag, that it was a man. So technically, he got like negative. He got negative woman. He got the opposite.
But go on that is he also tagged himself, the alpha male that he is. And I have never tagged myself, and I don't plan on it, but I would think if I ever did, I would have the foresight to use a felt tip marker. But no,
and
Jordan,
not a ball pen
Jordan
on
gets
your
a ball
wiener.
pen on his flaccid wiener, and God knows how long that took for him to carve mac and cheese.
I don't have a wiener, and that hurts me.
I know.
Like,
You see that?
Why even do? Just at that point, just go get a tattoo. Just what do you have to lose?
Go get a tattoo.
Yeah,
exactly.
Gave me phantom wiener pain. Like, can't imagine.
That's a great username if anybody wants one. Phantom wiener pain. Sorry. Phantom wiener pain.
Enjoy the blurry.
I'm sorry. And then he apologizes.
Right after sending it.
Fake apology.
I'd love at the end of this stream, I'm just gonna go, I am so sorry for this whole thing. I am ashamed.
But he did win that contest. He did win 1-0.
Identified as female. No, she-male, as he says.
She has breasts and a cock.
And a cock. And speaking of cocks, Wes, might I say, nice cock, bro.
Nice cock, bro.
Let me just take this opportunity to once again say, I am the number one advocate for Wes's penis. I really value it. I see the worth,
right,
and the
he
girth.
Just assumes that that Wes is gonna have a bigger dick than him.
Do you think Wes is harmed by that stereotype?
But he's got a yeah.
Do you think he's really upset?
It's not as good as yours is, Wes.
I'm only assuming. I've fantasized about it a lot, but I've never actually seen it. In my head, it's about 7 inches, but until you can, all the penises in the TCAP community are big until proven otherwise. as he would say, his classic line, his iconic line. What's the cost of something? Dick pics, always. Send me dick pics. Dude, he wanted face pics. So, you know what? All right, conspiracy theory. He was so obsessed with gaining personal information from everybody that not in like a con man sense, but more like a spy, or like he was gonna sell our information off to like Russian hackers or something. I don't know. Because I know the first name of everybody I've worked with. I also know that they're the name of their first pet and the street they grew up on and their mother's maiden name.
Oh, that's one of mine. So yeah, he knew the name of like everybody he worked with, and he would like relentlessly, at least to me, I don't know if he did it to anybody else, but to me, I can confirm, like, he would tell me other people's names because he knew them. At one point, he told me chef's name. Like, if he knew somebody's name, he told me, and I just absolutely did not absorb any of it because it's not my goddamn business.
Because he knew something that not everybody else knew, and he couldn't keep it a secret. So he had to tell everybody and go, oh, you didn't know? Oh, oops. Sorry. Me and Clyde, I call him Clyde. I don't call him by his username. We're close like that. We're brothers, Me and Clyde, who lives in, Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, and on this particular street. Yeah, we're real close like that. But he doesn't know my job, and nobody ever will. It's amazing. We never did figure out what Jorrun did for a living. He was good at keeping that secret. Locked up. Oh well, we can only speculate, I guess. It's not like he was, working out of some shady massage parlor, groping women. That would be insane.
Right? No way.
That would be ridiculous.
Crazy.
The Robert Kraft special. So wait, what was that on your list that prompted that? What did we start with just now?
The name thing?
Oh, the name dropping.
That was it.
Yeah,
that was it. Like, it's just like the relentless name and information dropping.
And he would use her name drop in every live stream all the time too.
Oh, it's insufferable.
Look, and just because, for example, Cookie Whoopie Pie is here doesn't mean that I'm just gonna read out Cookie Whoopie Pie's name and say Cookie Whoopie Pie on the stream just because I see it right now. Cookie Whoopie Pie. Hello.
Love Cookie Whoopie Pie.
Wookie Cookie Pie. Okay, sorry. What is the funniest? Okay, besides the changes sound, and you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah. What's the funniest sound Jorrun has ever actually made? I say actually, you can't count Joey's interpretation of Jorrun.
We can't count the yaha.
Yeah.
Yaha.
What's the funniest sound you ever? What's the funniest sound you ever
I'm
made?
growing hungry. Chorus sound is pretty good.
That's a good one. That's a really good one, actually. Just to clarify, you know how like some people don't know that like Dwayne Johnson and The Rock are the same person. In case anybody hasn't figured it out yet, Steer Music is actually Jorrun Comedy, who is actually John Curry Mode. Yeah. Oops. Name drop. Oops.
Did you do that?
Oh. Dropped that perfectly good name right on the floor there. The sniffs. No, those are the least funny sounds he makes.
No. I've got the sniffs. I've got the sniffs on my list.
You got the lists on your sniffs?
They're funny.
You got the sniffs on your list?
Yeah.
No, the sniffs are not funny.
Yeah.
The volume
they
the volume in terms of sound and quantity is what makes them funny. The sniffs themselves, it's just regular random noise that anybody makes. I've probably, made
No, but they're funny.
I don't know, but
yeah, C&J Dev says the red Corvette sounds, the woo whoops are good too.
I thought I hallucinated that the first time I heard it. I thought, like, no way did he actually just do that. And then he had, like, 3 different versions of the same song. You guys also liked how when Jorrun does one thing that he's especially proud of, he'll make it, like, a double or triple video of him doing it live, of him doing it edited, of him doing it during a live stream. Like, He's got his greatest hits, and he knows it. And...
Little red Corvette.
Yep. So, oh yeah, cookie whoopie pie. That might be mine. Sex. Oh, the P sound. Of course. The sound of I don't live too. I live pretty close to Niagara Falls, and even standing right next to there, it does not compare to the decibel count of Jorrun peeing into his toilet.
It's like he brought the mic in there with him. It's so bad.
He's got like the
Tell
worst.
me your dick is little without telling me your dick is little.
He's got 2 mics. He's got like the worst, shittiest one set up for his live stream, and he's got like a studio quality, like incredibly advanced, expensive microphone in his bathroom just to pick up all the sounds that come. And it would have been a wildly different story if he went to the bathroom and just started like pooping and making noises. How big is your ass that we can hear your shit?
So, for the noises, since you're not accepting the sniffs, the little
Oh,
it's a yeah.
I think that might
That
be like
noise.
definitively, like objectively, the funniest thing, the funniest sound he's made. It's an already bad song.
Like
The whole song, the way it looks, the way it's shot, the way it's just all bad. Did anybody listen to anything he ever played and was like, well, at least like he did a good job? I mean, has he done things like competently enough to say that like if I was out in public, I didn't know it was him, I likely wouldn't bat an eye if he was playing at like a bar or something. I guess I wouldn't really care until he comes in with the then all of a sudden he's got my attention.
And the little red Corvette, obviously, because that's the best one.
Hi, Catchy.
I
Going
ask
on.
people to play Little Red Corvette. I think I ask everybody whenever they're playing Jorrun shit to play Little Red Corvette every single time, without fail. If you're doing something with Jorrun, I'm in there, play Little Red Corvette.
I hate to break it to you, but I'm definitely not gonna do that. That is like one of my least favorite songs by him. I'm not a fan of this song in general, and he just makes it worse. So, yeah. That's a Prince song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just not a big Prince fan. I don't get it. I only really started paying attention, after he died and everyone was talking about it, and they're like, oh, all these classic hits, and all of them, I'm like, okay, you're saying like this is one of the greatest musicians of all time? I don't know. All right, the truth comes out. Heisenberg is not a big Prince fan. All right, fucking sue me, okay?
Wow. It's time to deplatform Heisenberg. Hashtag deplatform Heisenberg. Can't believe you would say that to my face.
I'm trying to fit in some sort of pun here, something about a raspberry beret. I don't know. He wore some cuffed up jeans, the kind you find at a secondhand store.
When he sent me his music channel, I just about pissed myself.
Crime Watch fail. You do not say that kind of things.
Hashtag Heisenberg is over party.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Squeak!
I'll
You
redeem
shouldn't
myself.
have.
I promise. I'll name
You sure
some.
about that?
I'll name some other artists that people like. I don't know. Joey, what do you got next?
I like the fact that he goes out at night and walks around his neighborhood.
It's on my list.
And one
Sometimes to the horror or dismay of his neighbors.
Oh yeah, he got the police called on him once, and he said he just needed to get away from people a little bit. He was definitely not peeping in the windows. But one time
Definitely
he
not
was
peeping in the
peeping in the windows. and he looked into somebody's house and he saw a skeleton. And then he looked back and he saw 2 more skeletons. And he told Kelpill about this, and she said, "Oh my God, can you go back and take a picture?" And he's like, "Did I stumble upon one of your fetishes?" Thinking that she's also a peeper.
Everyone likes a good bone.
But he was a good boy, and he went back and he searched for that house. He finally found it, and he took some pictures of the skeletons
for Spooktober.
Imagine being in that house and seeing Jorrun like standing in your driveway.
Imagine having a house full of skeletons, and that's not even the creepiest thing on your property.
And he's got his little reflection in the window too.
Oh, what a goober. The walk thing though, I imagine the time that he got what was the time he was stopped by an officer. Was that when any of this was going on, or was that way before or after?
It wasn't that long ago. Fuck, I don't remember. It was like, I think it was. No, it was when the stuff was going on. It was before though. It was like in like April or May.
Like shit was getting tense. He was getting frustrated.
It was April or May of 2020. So he was in the community when that happened. Yeah.
Let me paint the picture. What I imagine is maybe hood up, right?
He's got the red leather jacket on. Yep, right. That's how they called it in. There's a weirdo in a red leather jacket.
Fists
like walking around.
Clenched at his side. Breathing heavily.
And stomping.
Breathing heavily.
Doing his normal snorting, but like especially that kind of like upset you get when you're like a little kid.
Those fucking trolls. Yeah. Jorrun unfunny.
Yes, Jorrun, that's exactly it.
Scoring.
Why couldn't have Jorrun fallen through a manhole? It should have been him.
Comedy.
Remember Game of Thrones? Remember when Arya had her list and she kept reading it to herself so she wouldn't forget it of all the people she wanted killed?
Yes.
He's just repeating all of the troll names as he's walking around. Get them, so if you ever runs into them, he kill them.
And run, which is what you would do, trolls, if I ever came down to bump up Maine to look for your ass.
You can't go down to Maine, asshole.
Did I misquote that and you're calling me an asshole, or did he say it like that?
I'm calling Jorrun an asshole.
He
said it
right.
like that.
He definitely said it like that.
Like you would go down.
Down to Maine.
Like it's there's nothing more north than that at
Heading
that
down
point.
to Canada this weekend. Yeah, like what?
Heisenberg is way hotter than
Oh, incoming, baby.
Not me.
Incoming.
We're gonna read the message. I guess not.
Gotta read it yourself, buddy boy.
I will. Okay, yeah. Can we bring up the picture of Jorrun's reflection in the skeleton window? I just finished West Side Story. I'm crying. I need a good laugh. It's almost, it's getting pretty late. I don't want to give you like nightmares. That's some spooky shit. That's all. Is what's happening behind me not already nightmare fuel enough?
Can we bring up the picture of Jorrun's reflection in the skeleton window? I just finished West Side Story and I'm crying and need a good laugh.
Do I have it? Not on me, but if you send it to me, I'll have it on screen.
I have it somewhere.
You gotta check your skeleton folder. It's gonna be in there somewhere.
I'm checking my alpha folder. I don't see it there.
Check your beta folder.
Uh-oh.
Check the beta folder.
Hope my connection is still good. Oh, there we go.
You good?
Think so. Yep, okay. Very cool that my internet provider will just stop working for a second or two.
Spectrum?
How did you know?
Oh, it's not like I used to work for them or anything.
So what? They're just like, yeah, we're not gonna make anything that works.
That was a bulk of the calls I got. Oh, my internet stopped working. I want to go to a different internet company. Da da da.
I had a Spectrum guy come over and like actually fixed my problem and hooked me up with some tips on how to increase my speed. And I was very happy with that experience.
I can't find it.
That's all right. What? Oh my God! It
Telltale sent
disappeared. That photo's been
Telltale sent
deleted
it.
for 40 years. On what? Discord?
I don't know. Ask her. Oh, Callie agrees. Spectrum, boo. Boo, Spectrum. Trash.
Or Skype, was it?
I don't know what you do with your messages, Dan. Don't ask
I
me.
don't know. That's like the only way. I don't know how else other people can reach me.
She DM'd you, so figure it out.
Do you guys mind if I move my desk around while we're chatting?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and move into a standing position with your desk. Go ahead. Leave and leave your mic on the entire time, and then bring the mic with you when you go take a piss break, and just talk about how big your dick is. Just do it. Trust me, that'll get you the views.
Oh, do I have to tell that story? Oh, that harrowing story of my big old penis. Fuck. How embarrassing. That's right, Donde. It's gone, deleted. It's gone. It doesn't exist. You all. This is what's that called? Mandela effect. That photo never actually existed. You just thought it did. Dani, do you have anything else on your list?
I have one more thing, and then I have like my top 3.
Hell yeah, let's hear it.
This one, like the last 4 I have are all just like specifically pertaining to me, I suppose, in one way or another. But we were having like a nice casual conversation, and I guess I had misspelt his name or something, and I apologized about it. I was like, LOL, I can't type, whatever. And he said, oh, it's okay. Sometimes I misread your name as the genie, and I'm like, oh, ha 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 ha, that's funny. Moving on.
The genie.
Yeah, spelled using the letters of Dani G.
Sure. Yeah.
DAGEENI, and I was just like, okay, whatever.
I don't remember who it was. If it was Alpha Male Derek team or maybe it was Callie. Recently, I heard a theory that Jorrun got into TCAP through his gateway drug of Bay Shaman because he dresses like a genie and it's shown off in some of his thumbnails. And he kind of just accidentally stumbled into it.
You know, it's got to be because he would say a lot of Bay Shaman lines.
But by that time, Bay Shaman... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing that stuff for years on YouTube.
So he wouldn't have come across it organically.
No, he probably went to his website where he's got all the Lauren shit, all the old stuff up.
That was Donde, apparently. Credits. Donde Lieta. Interesting observation. We can only theorize. Maybe it was part of a prophecy. I don't know. But, again, the mystery of Jorrun. The mystery of Jorrun.
I always love the behind the scenes. I love the one where he goes Professor Armstrong behind the scenes.
Oh God.
And he says, Dani, you know, for next time you're pretty good, but if you could just be louder, that would be great, so we could hear you.
Again, he doesn't bother to edit.
Klaba, not so many syllables, okay? He's supposed to be smart. I'm smart. And baked salmon, you were perfect. I shed a tear. You were perfect. But Klaba, less many syllables. And Dani, just speak up. Use your voice. And then the behind the scenes.
Well, why don't I just redo the line that I cut out of, or why do we have to do the entire thing start to finish again? Because...
Can't you just edit me and pump up my volume?
No, he can't.
Like...
No, he couldn't. He
Because
could
I
have.
didn't teach him how to.
Didn't,
You're right.
you
Damn.
didn't teach him. All right, here's a good question. I don't know if it's ever been asked. Dani, what did you teach him?
So I taught him how to use OBS because that was what I was familiar with, and he had just asked. It was coming off the back of one of my stupid, super long live streams that I definitely don't do anymore. And he just had like questions, like he was asking me like in the live chat, and I was just like, just message me later about it, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. And then he was like, oh, like, can you teach me how to use this stuff? And I said, okay. And then that wound up turning into a call that lasted about 2, maybe 3 hours of me trying to explain, okay, you have to go to this website, and then you download for the operating system you have. So you have Windows what? Okay, this is how you find what Windows system operating you're running, like. And then it turned into, okay, so this is how you launch, like you got to launch and update the program. Okay, and this is how you put stuff into the program. And that's what it was. And okay, when you're in YouTube, there's an option that says go live, and it like that's all I did. And then like I had to like explain, like, if anybody else finds your stream key, you're kind of fucked, and you only like, it was just like it was just stupid shit for like 3 hours. That he could have figured out from like a YouTube video. Excuse me?
What? Wes donated, but I don't think I got an alert. And I know that as soon as I read it out, it's going to come in delayed. But Wes Most tipped $3 and says, Jorrun needs some help getting off the internet. Also, that's a trolling. Fuck you, Joey. Fuck you, Crime Watch Bailey. Fuck you, Clobber. Whenever you hear this, but you're hearing it right now through me. Those are not my words. Those are Westmost words.
Remember, my contract states that I get 10% of that $3.
Do you get paid per script or per Yaha?
You get paid?
I get paid for my time. Kelpil pays me.
Wow.
Like my contract says that I get paid for every ya, but the ha's are free. I don't get paid for those. So
for every 3 yas, you get 1 free ha.
That's right. Joey, are we nearing the end of your list as well? Not that this is the definitive only Jorrun moments. These are just the ones that they thought of a few minutes before we went live. So, yeah. What are your top? You got to be in the top 4 or 3 now, right? Joey.
Oh hey. I muted you. Sorry, I was doing something important.
Moving a desk.
Sort of. That's what I call it. Moving.
Pissing?
I gotta go move the desk. But somebody was going on the stream and really complaining that the Jorrun chat with Kelpil was fake. So I said, this person's maybe just a little dim. To reach out to them and, explain to them, no, it's real. And I did, and the person wasn't dead. The person actually thought it was fake. That Kelpil sat down with a team of writers and wrote this crazy shit.
Oh my
and
god.
He was gonna expose it.
I never thought it was fake, but there were times that I just didn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe the words that I was hearing, and I mean it matched what we already knew, but still, here to party. You're right. If he can install Nancy Drew computer games, he should be able to fucking install OBS. What a fucking weirdo.
But he doesn't, because it doesn't come with a disc. Come on.
He went to download OBS. He's like, where do I put the tape in? I'm old fashioned.
I wish I had like the foresight to like keep the chat or something. Just some of the stupid shit I ask sometimes. How does this work? I don't fucking know. Ask somebody who knows
Here's
how it
another
works.
question that you're gonna have to deep dive into your memory for, but you might have thought about it a little bit more recently. What was the comment that prompted you to say, I think Wes said it was him and he sort of explained, but I want to see if you remember. What was the comment that prompted you to say Heisenberg is way hotter than who? Why did you say it so aggressively?
Oh, I don't remember. I think it was somebody just like gassing you up, I think. And I was in a particularly weird mood. Like I don't know. I just get in moods where like I'm and that's just my whole personality for like an hour or two. I think I was hungry.
I think he said. I think he said that he was making a comparison, or somebody was making a comparison to Muse and me because I had just shaved my head, and somebody said, "Oh, Heisenberg is hotter than Muse," and that, but they didn't say Muse. They just said, "Oh, Heisenberg's way hotter." And
yeah, and then I said Heisenberg is hotter than who? And he goes,
well, you just say it with so much disdain in your voice, like, ew, what? Why would anybody say anything like that?
I don't know. I'm just really mean for no reason. I thought you would have learned this by now,
It was
Daniel.
like 20 minutes after you were congratulating me in the community for the really successful live stream we did. You go, that ugly son of a bitch raised so much money.
So it is because I was in a bad mood at that point because he was being really dismissive of you.
Oh, he told you to shut the fuck up about Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, that put me in a bad mood. So
well,
I was actually in a bad mood when I said that.
He says, I think you need to shut the fuck up about Dan. And you're like, haha, nice Lorne, nice Lorne reference. And he goes, what Lorne reference? It's like, what are you talking about? I'm just telling you right now, shut the fuck up. What if he just said that? I think you need to shut the fuck up.
No. I would have been really angry. I might have actually hung up.
How did Jordan respond, Shin? Oh, gee, I think he said something like, well, Heisenberg is a very handsome man. I respect him, and, you know, this isn't a community based on looks, but he's got it all going on, and I aspire to be him. And he makes that shit look good.
He makes this shit look good.
Shit.
The ball look good. You have a weird hairline.
Back when I still had short hair, I could have fucking I make this look good. So,
you know what you have to do? You
Jorrun,
have to shave your head again and
do you think he hated me?
At least get a ball cap.
Do you think he hated me in the realm of like male TCAPists? Like not hate, but like saw as like competition.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you are one of the people who face. Because not everybody puts their face out there, and you and him were one of the couple of people that did. And objectively, you are hotter than him. So like,
it's debatable.
Duh. Obviously, I'm trying to be nice.
I love
like objectively, you're younger and hotter than he is. So like, he was kind of bad about that. He was also upset that I had just, you know, been giving you high accolades too. So like the chat was about you and not him.
That was like hyperdrive of that dismissive, like, yeah, wow, oh, that much, huh? Wow, incredible, great, yeah, wow. Let's move on. And then he'd be like, come on, let's get back to the chat. You'd be like, okay, and then as soon as you start getting into it, he gets distracted in the comments and starts going off on something else, yeah.
Well, it just really had to do with the fact that you're a dude and you were getting more attention than he was. Really,
like that
because
day,
you actually
like,
did something.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, like my live streams were averaging about what I have right now, almost 30 viewers, maybe even less than that. But that one just happened to be, you know, it didn't just happen, you know, it was a very coordinated effort that made it so successful. But I don't know why he thought that like I was anything other than a guy that, you know, was perfectly happy live streaming once a month about nothing, you know, to anybody who just happened to tune in. I didn't have any. I think at the time I was doing the Never Ever show. That was like the only consistent thing that I was uploading, and that was mostly because of like lockdown and stuff. It was just something for me to work on. But that's Night Driver. That's right. It did knock me down a peg, and it humbled me to know that both Dani and Jorrun find it incredibly distasteful for anybody to imply that I am hotter than anybody else. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. Dan hot? No way. No way.
It's easy
Y'all
to
are
be.
wrong.
It's easy to be hot, the hottest guy in the community when 99% of the guys in the community don't show their face, and some of the ones that don't show their face, I've seen their face, and they're pretty fucking handsome too. So I'm actually kind of like bottom tier, I would say. Like Lauren Identity is like a real handsome dude.
Oh, he's very handsome.
Tier list.
Tier
TCAP
list. Oh my god.
Shin is very manly and
Very.
confident.
Very handsome. Very handsome man. Very handsome baseball boy.
Chef is very hairy. We know this.
He's also very handsome.
And he's got that cute little dog. Oh.
He's a cute little puppy. Chef Tango.
Are we in your top 3, Dani?
Yeah, I'm at my top 3.
I'm doxing TLI. What information did I just leak that was previously unknown to the public? That he's a good-looking guy?
I think everybody knew that one.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I've ever seen Clobber's face. It's hard to. I can't see through paper, so I can't see it. But
oh, you just have to get one of those pairs of glasses that are supposed to see through clothes. They don't actually see through clothes; they see through paper.
Are people donating and it's not going through? I recommend using the Streamlet. No, wait. The chat appears to not be working. I don't know. Maybe you, Large Father Tron, maybe one of your jokes went too far and it was censored or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can just PayPal me the money after. Don't worry. Okay. Well, you could write me a check. It's fine. All right. So, what's your top? What are your top 3 here?
Oh, you want me to go do them all in one go?
No, one
It's
at a
up to
time.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was around the time he was cooking, and he was making a big deal out of cooking. And I don't know how many people he shared this picture with, and I don't have this picture. And if somebody else has this picture, please send it to me.
I know what.
But he made a Portuguese like dessert. It was supposed to be like little custard cups, but they just look like scrambled eggs in a cupcake tin. They looked really bad, and he was sharing it, and he was like, ha ha ha, they don't look so good, but they taste they taste how I remember it. It's like I straight up thought he showed me scrambled eggs in a fucking cupcake tin, and I'd never been more disgusted in my life.
What do you put the
eggs?
chances at that he has cooked in anything other than his wok in the last 10 years?
Well, obviously he uses his oven to some degree, because he made those stupid little fucking custard cups.
You can do that in a wok.
But yeah, he probably does a lot of cooking. The wok is probably his favorite pan. Like, everybody has a favorite pan. That is his favorite pan, is the wok.
True. Joey?
Hey.
Jera? Maya?
Why you do it like that, you weirdo?
You know, his best video of all time, in my opinion, and I think it's got to be everybody's, is the roast.
Ooh.
But in the roast, there's that fan edit. He makes one edit in the entire thing. After he makes all his stupid racist jokes, it cuts out And then he says, was that racist? Was that too racist? Then Lauren approves. And I want to know what he thought was too racist.
What do you think it was? All right, maybe not. don't try to make up a horrible racist joke on the spot.
Don't know. I mean, I really don't know what it is, but I would love to know what it was.
It was. He was just talking about Ember and being very complimentary. He was talking about Ember,
about how great she is, and she's so smart and funny and so beautiful. And what I'm trying to say is she's perfect for me.
Perfect for me.
And then he's like, was that racist? Did that come off racist? But there's a cut. There's a very strong cut in there.
He has so many, like, stupid things that go wrong in his videos that would be so easy to fix. But he's always just like, good enough. I'm not putting any more time into this. I already filmed it.
Right. He could have just taken off the is that racist part. But I guess that ruins the did Lauren approve?
Or part kept it in. Why? If you kept all that other shit in, why not keep that in? You want to go? So, it's a roast. You kind of want to go for the shock value.
Copy of that, yeah.
A roast.
He called Italians a race. Like,
yeah.
I don't think he even knows what he was talking about.
In a roast.
He was on coke at the time he did the skit. Okay.
He wrote himself a skit where he was roasting a predator and spent 60% of it roasting the people in the community, and they weren't even good roasts. They were hardly even jokes. Like, if I wanted to roast somebody, I think I'm, again, like, absorbing things that people say in other streams, but why didn't he make it so that other predators were there? And he could have joked about...
Because he can't name drop the other predators. He's got to name drop,
well,
all the people he's going to surpass in popularity.
Because if word association, if you hear the words Jorrun Comedy and Clobbering Time enough together, then you think that they're on par with each other. You think they work together.
Obviously, duh. That's how that works.
And Dani and Heisey, that's all I got, man. That's all I got.
That's good. I'm sure you're gonna think of some things afterward. Please definitely come back and add them in the live chat when we do this again.
I will.
It might have been Kelly or whoever was streaming last night. I came up with, like, accidentally kind of like Heisenberg roast that would have actually been funny. Something along the lines of, like, I could, like, tell me, do you think you would see this being something Jorrun would say, or is it too clever for him to say? So, like, Heisenberg White is here. Heisenberg, big Bills fan, I hear. How the Bills looking today? They haven't won a Super Bowl yet? Surprise, surprise. You should change your name from Heisenberg White to Heisenberg White Ford Bronco. Because of O.J. Simpson. Get it? Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Something stupid, and then he would, like, try to no, but, like, he wouldn't know enough about sports. He only pays attention to football. The Portugal team. He's a big fan of their merch. Not the soccer team, just the country of Portugal. Yeah. Their merch.
The Portugal merch.
It's like if collectively there was something just like shirts that just said America on them, and no other art or anything. Just a white shirt with black text. It just says America.
Oh my god.
Where are you from? Read the shirt. It doesn't help me at all. I don't know where you are from. Was there anything on your list we haven't gotten to yet?
Yeah. I still have like 2 more.
All right. Let's hear it. Damn it, CNJ Dev. Stop being funnier than me. And yes, Stone Day, that's the joke. They discontinued that vehicle, I think, because of that incident, and then they brought it back like last year. Yeah. Trust me, there's no shortage of, if you do even just a quick Google, so there's no shortage of Bill's shots you could take in me. So Cubs fan, huh? Yeah. That's what I thought. Recognize the suffering. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
He at one point asked me, like, what my favorite thing of his was, like the favorite, my most favorite thing that he had put out.
I know what it is. I know.
What is it?
Well, I don't know what your answer now is, but I know what you told him. I think.
The mortician skit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
he
sincere,
didn't put it
or was
up.
that like trying to
At the
entice him to
time-
re-upload it?
It was a little bit of both.
Both, okay.
Because I liked it for like the shock, like it makes it very, because this is kind of when I had my turning point with some of his bullshit. When I was kind of starting to get an idea that he was not what he was presenting to people, I suppose. Before like really recognizing what the fucking problem was, I thought maybe he was just a jackass. But I have plenty of friends who have different opinions than mine, so, you know. But I was like, because I was getting a little bit frustrated with him because he would not shut up about like his image and da 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 da. So I was gonna try to like lure him back into like reposting that skit. One, because it was one of the only things I genuinely found funny, and two, because it just was what he thinks is actually funny. And it's just things that offend other people. Like there's genuine like low-key homophobia in there that he thinks is funny, and it's just like, ooh. Also the dirty feet. And the car key toe ring.
Which you can hear more in depth on Dani's channel if you want. She just did a stream. It's a little short stream about Jorrun.
It's only 8 hours. I mean, that's a short enough time.
What was
like
the
8 minutes
most
when you get to the end of it?
excited you've ever seen him be before showing you something? Like, what was the thing he was the most proud of that he shared with you? Like, you have to check out this video. Oh, his music channel.
His music channel. His music channel. And I mentioned it earlier, but he was like I was pissed myself because like I wanted to be supportive. I was like, oh yeah, it's great, wow. And he was on there. He was like, oh, here's my music channel, da da da, because he wanted me to go like spread some likes around and support it a little bit, which I genuinely don't have a problem doing when people show me things. Like, oh yeah, hey, you have a project on the side? Yeah, let me show you some love. So he sent me his music channel, which at the time was called Stefan Sings. Which was deleted very shortly after the whole mac and cheese debacle. And it was full of pretty much everything that's you know on the between like on the Jorrun Comedy channel for music. That was all pretty much all there, and it's just like I took maybe 1 or 2 looks at the channel at all before I just kind of dismissed it. I was like, because some of it he admitted was older stuff, and I thought maybe like the music thing was like a super recent thing of his, you know? And I was
10
just like,
years.
oh, so this is a talent he's developing. No, motherfucker, he's been playing the guitar like this for 10 years.
Same camera quality, same
like,
guitar quality,
ooh.
Same mic qualities, 10 years of nothing.
He went through the beginner's book on how to play guitar and then thought he was good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He thought he was good with that, and he was not.
Does that leave us with number one?
Number one. And I don't think anybody didn't see this one coming, but it's the autistic joke.
I had only
So
heard that because it's a decent chunk of the way into one of the streams, but
he told that joke also like on a clobber stream at one point, I think, and he asked me like because I was there with I think it was like the one of the Streamzillas actually. I think that was it. And him and I were on it because we were like more late night streamers. Because I am who adheres to no time schedule.
mm-hmm.
And he would do like the sex hits with Dan or the Jorrun After Dark shit. So we got the late night slot for that. And he had told the joke in one of his own streams. And this was my third time hearing the joke, by the way, because he had, before the stream he did with it, he had workshopped the joke with me.
Yeah, he prompted it by saying like, "Oh, I had this joke, by the way." Like, just say the fucking joke. If you're gonna, you don't have to give it the setup. But I was shocked the first time I heard it.
He workshopped it with me on voice chat one day, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to hear this joke?" Or, I think it was either a voice. No, I'm thinking.
When Jorrun workshops comedy, it's here's the joke that I've written. I'm taking no suggestions or notes, and that's it. That's the workshop. That's the collaborative effort. I'm gonna tell it to you, and that's it. That's all the effort I'm doing.
He had asked me about it in the Clobber live stream to tell the joke, but he had actually, because I'm getting things a little mixed up. Leave me alone. I've been sick for like 3 weeks now. He had typed it out to me as well at some point, and it was funnier written out because written out it makes more sense than to speak it, I guess, because it's actually kind of hard to say.
Wait, can I
can't say it right.
Can I speed run the end of my YouTube career and try to make a funnier autistic joke?
Absolutely, you have my blessing.
Okay. What do you call what do you call it when there's too many gay autistic people in one room?
What?
Extra chromosomes.
That would be a Down syndrome joke.
Oh shoot.
We don't have extra chromosomes.
It's
a neurological disorder, you insensitive fuck.
Yep, there it is. Okay. Wah wah. Yep. You know what the problem was? We didn't workshop that, okay? That's
I know,
all
we didn't workshop it.
Yeah.
Look, as someone who has taken one introduction to comedy class back in middle school and has some experience with jokes and improv from the class I took at the YMCA, I think I'm fully capable and able to workshop jokes with you.
It's too late. Heisenberg is over. Party is again going strong. Yep.
I love it.
You're done. I'm gonna get a call from. We get a call from Clobber after the stream. Like, am I to understand that you got ingrained in this community and made offensive jokes at the expense of innocent people? Jorrun top 15 is dead, okay? And I'm not even worried about that.
Dead. Oh my god.
God, I am so happy that you would have more right than anyone to find most of this not funny, but you're super cool. And you got a great sense of humor, and you got a great sense of humor about the situation. That's the only real appropriate way to handle it, you know? I
did not for like the first 2 weeks. I didn't want people to talk to me about it. Like after the little blurb I did with Big Salmon, I was done. I was like, nope, I don't want to talk to anybody about it. I don't want to hear about it.
Embarrassed. I mean, you went to bat for this guy. You defended him, and in his head, I mean, until the very end, the very bitter end, he still felt that he was in the right, that he was going to continue his YouTube career, that none of this was going to really affect him or impact him. And he's like, well, as long as I get my good buddies and pals to start flagging videos and taking down anything critical of me, then I'm all set. That's what
I was one of the
groupies
first
do.
people who sent him the fucking video that Mac and Cheese did, and I was instrumental in taking it down. So when it comes out that that video was actually serious and none of that was photoshopped and edited, I kind of felt like I had egg on my face, because again, like I went to bat for him, and I got the video taken down. I was one of the first people to flag it on like the 3 YouTube accounts I have.
Are you going to do that to this stream?
Absolutely.
You're getting a lot of love in the chat. A lot of people are agreeing with me and saying that you're very cool about all this. Even Cookie Whoopie Pie with the revised Danny G song. We got to end it with the song Danny G, the Jorrun MVP. And now it's my dream to stream with you. And that dream has come true. It's been a while since we did a stream together. I know I don't do my game nights that often anymore, but
I know, I miss game night. I miss cards. I miss cards more than anything else.
That was fun, yeah. It
Oh,
was amazing how much free time I had when I was unemployed. How I don't seem to have that time or energy anymore. Well, everybody, before we wrap things up, while we have our final thoughts, everybody has to say something nice about everybody in the call. You have to say something nice about Joey and Dani and me.
Joey's not here anymore.
Did he leave?
He dipped.
Oh, then fuck him.
He's gonna report the stream too.
I know he said that was everything on his list, but did he say bye and I missed it? Wow. Irish goodbyes. Damn.
I don't know. You pretty much told him, oh, if you have anything else, you could just come in the chat, tell it.
No, I was referring to like
so you like gave
after
him permission
this.
to leave.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No, I was saying like
you gave it permission.
if after the stream ends, you're like, oh shit, I forgot. I gotta mention one of these things. Come back to the chat. That goes for anybody who's been on the show before. If you're like, guys, we haven't talked about it yet, but do you remember this thing? Isn't it funny? We're still bringing up new shit, you know, that we haven't talked about on any of the other previous episodes. So, yeah. Thank you everybody who donated, by the way. I'll try to make sure that there's no issue with my donations. I noticed that I did not get $80 in donations. I think the chat might not be working.
Maybe not.
You guys don't... Are you guys fucking with me? You don't seem like the type to fuck with me. Oh, Harriet's behind the green screen.
Harriet! Hell yeah, Harriet.
She's getting...
Do your thing.
She's getting antsy. She wants to go to bed. All right. Joey left for an angry walk.
I love that.
All right. Any final thoughts? What do you guys say? Is there anybody who you think would have some really interesting insight into Jorrun, stuff that I haven't talked to yet? Fuck you, Father Tron.
I don't know.
I haven't done this with the Alpha Male Derek, Matthew Mahogany team.
Oh, you have to do
girl.
it with them.
Yeah.
You have to.
Definitely.
Or else.
They're the pros. That might be the season finale.
They know their stuff.
No, the season finale is gonna be the two guys that did the and the lead role goes to skit. I want both of them in the chat with me on the live stream, and we're gonna do improv for real. It's gonna be funny.
I would say Poop Frog. Have you had Poop Frog on yet?
Nope. That's a good idea.
You have to have Poop Frog on.
Shin, if you're down. If you're down with that. You're looking good. You're looking good. I'm going to bring him on.
Mike Pence! Mike Pence, the godfather of pornography!
I think he would block me if I offered him an invite.
You are right.
He's so
you are
over
right
it.
about that,
I hate.
actually.
Thank you, Tim. I will keep this going forever.
He created this monster.
I hate that he's over it, but I also understand it. Like,
I do.
There's a breaking point. I'm going through the cycle of hating it so much that eventually it becomes funny again, but I feel like it's getting harder and harder for that circle to keep finishing, and I just spending more time loathing the sound of his voice and his face. Ugh.
Can I talk about something that my people's loving it real quick? My little project?
You got a little project you want to tell the people about? Let's hear it.
I do. So I had made a joke about somebody doing like a genie escape room for it. Like a Jorrun themed escape room. Like the game thing. And over the course of like a week, it became a very serious thought in my head. I was like, wait, I want to do that. I have to do that because I brought it up. It's my idea. So now I'm actually seriously workshopping, and I would like to read the little blurb I have prepared for it, if you don't mind.
This is it. This is your time. Take it away. Yeah.
I have to open Google Docs real quick. But I'm
This is
in
like
the
a synopsis
of
what you're working on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in the process of developing it, but here's the beginning blurb. You wake up in an unfamiliar room, 2 windows on white walls, a desolate room. Red sheets with a matching red valance on one window. You're dressed head to toe in a cheap genie costume that mimics the costume Barbara Eden wore in I Dream of Jeannie, except it is so cheap that there are blatantly incorrect details and the material is very uncomfortable, and the curly-toed shoes you are wearing are a size and a half too small. Your head is pounding, half from drinking too much last night and half from the high ponytail your hair has been pulled into. Looking around, you notice no other furniture than the bed you are on. You don't know where you are and how you got there, only that you need to get the hell out.
Oh, shit.
And that is the opening blurb for a little bit of I don't know if anyone remembers the Goosebumps Pick Your Own Adventure books.
Oh, I used to read those. Yep.
I didn't know you read as a child.
That was about it. Goosebumps books were like the only thing that I ever like kind of forced myself to read. I did not enjoy reading when I was young, but yeah, me and R.L. Stein go way back. You know, big fan of the show too.
I was debating on making it like an interactive kind of like a D&D campaign, but Westmost convinced me to just make it a text-based thing.
Yeah.
And I've completely taken it on. I've got suggestions from a couple of people already about things to include and things they want to see.
Quotes,
props, quotes, old shoe is going to be there, the coupons. I have 8 planned endings, and once I'm finished with the program that I found to help me create this, I'm going to do a live stream, and I'm going to see how many of the endings we can all get together.
Can he become like a Riddler type villain where you have to like, you said like escape, like you have to solve clues or solve mysteries like riddles in order to get the next clue, and he leaves like little notes around his apartment that says like roses are red, violets are blue, Heisenberg white is way hotter than who.
Not a bad idea, but there's going to be a goal, and the only goal is just to find your clothes, figure out where the hell you actually are, and how the hell to get out of the room, because there is going to be, you are going to bump into him at some point. And thanks to Cypher Squeak, I have a really good, we're going to have Jorrun the Barbarian in there. It's going to be great, and I can't wait to share it. And if anybody has anything that they want to add, they can either go to like hit me up on like Discord, or like if you see me in a live chat, ask for my email or something, and I'll give it to you. And like I would love ideas, and I'm gonna, before I even start like doing the event, I'm gonna like list off all the contributors of people who helped make it a reality, because like I feel like with the amount of people like who know about this weird niche thing in the community, like everybody deserves a little bit of time in the spotlight. So should it be?
When you're
because
writing,
Jorrunography wouldn't be what it is without everybody else.
When you're writing out, you walk down the long corridor to investigate. Can you type it as corridor?
Yes, I could do that. But I have 8 planned endings, so I know where I'm going with it.
Creative, original idea. That's awesome. I really hope you follow through with that, and you're not gonna join it and I go, oh, I have so many ideas in my head, I need to get them all out. Yeah, whatever you need me or anybody to help, we'll be happy to do it. Can't wait. Let's revisit this in like a month and check in on the progress.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I had a lot of fun.
Oh, me too.
It's always there's a lot and there's not a lot that goes into streaming and preparing for a stream, but I am always happy after I do one of these. I'm always happy that I do this, because it does put a smile on my face, and it's just really nice to punch down at somebody who I have no respect for and have never liked, and definitely doesn't need to have anything else said about him at this point, but it just feels so good.
So easy.
It's so easy too.
It's so good.
All right. That's gonna do it for old Heisenberg White and Dani G. Keep an eye out on Dani G's channel, link in description, for news regarding the Choose Your Own Venture Javalization. I don't know.
I like the Choose Your Own Venture. I think that's what we're gonna call it.
Yeah, so what I want everyone to do is have a good night. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know.
Ring the bell.
If you want me to make another one of these videos. Okay?